Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. We didn't expect us to come back again so soon, but we were requested by so many people that we had to cover this special edition. The special edition that was of Bangladesh and Afghanistan, wherein history was made, and it was the repercussions could be heard till Sydney, till Melbourne, and there were certain kangaroos who were flying back home with their faces sad, they're silent, and the entire Afghanistan, along with the entire Indian nation, all were overjoyed to see such type of performance. So today, on this special eve, I have joined. I'm joined in with my co-host, not Sushant this time, because he's partying somewhere in Pune, and he said like, I mean, I'm not going to join in because he's celebrating the loss of Australia. So I had to chip in a special person, and that special person is Rahul Gupta. Just to introduce him, he is the creator of Jersey Premier League and he's the boss man. So welcome, Rahul.
Yeah. Thank you, Shizma, for inviting me. I'm very happy to join you on this special occasion because especially the spot for India was
Thank you.
confirmed as at the top. Okay, so that means something for us as well. So I wanted to be here actually, despite if Sushant would have joined us. Even then, I would have tried to come today. Yeah.
Right.
So that's about me. Yeah. Thank you.
So special day, Rahul. Bangladesh were defeated by Afghanistan, and it was one of the most nerve-wracking match for entire football for entire cricketing nation. Not just Afghanistan, the whole world eyes were glued on it, and they did amazingly well. Your thoughts on this?
Yes, I mean, nobody, thought, nobody actually, before the toss expected, Bangladesh to win actually because they have been in such a poor form. But as the innings progressed, as the match progressed, things turned out pretty scary for us and, for Afghanistan fans as well. So,
Right.
yeah, yeah, it did live up to the expectation, I believe, because there were four teams involved because Bangladesh wanted a win desperately, and Afghanistan wanted their spot in semis, and with India, it was like they wanted to finish on top, and Australia they just
Exactly.
wanted to qualify. Yeah. So
Yeah.
to summarize the innings of Afghanistan, I see that there was only one batter who did very well and carried the innings throughout. That is Gurbaz.
Exactly.
Apart from him, I think all I can see is Rashid Khan, who hit three sixes, in the death, which finished them, made the target till 115, which is not actually up to the mark as for me. I thought that
Right.
Bangladesh might chase it very convincingly, but then it did not go that well. I mean, it was scary for either of the sides, and they both did well. But at the end, Afghanistan did
Mhm.
finish it. And how about you? I mean, what do you think about the Bangladesh Shivan?
Well, when we saw the score, when the first innings finished, I was feeling that this was below par. I felt like they were 15 to 20 runs short because
Mhm.
Bangladesh had to chase this in 12 overs and it was chaseable. But the way they started, it felt like yes, they are on the track. But then Bangladesh are known to be lazy cricketers. They haven't performed well. They lack intent. They've lacked passion, and it was clearly shown on the field. The way they batted, the way they made sure that this chase was more of them knocking Afghanistan out and not qualifying for themselves. It was clearly progressive approach, and this was not good at all. Litton Das played really well, no doubt about that. He performed really well. But apart from him, I don't think anyone was there to, chase down this very small total. This was chaseable total any day. There were key moments.
Exactly, yeah.
There were definitely key moments.
Mhm.
So I would like to know your opinion on what the key moments were.
It would definitely, be the Gurbaz's inning. I mean, it has to be. I mean, if you see that in the both innings, only two players scored and one from each team. But I would say Gurbaz for Afghanistan, that important 45 runs out of 55 balls. The strike rate is less, of course, but then they were batting first. They did not know the pitch well, and
Right.
in an inning where the wickets keep falling and you don't have a stable partner around, you have to take it slow. It was a very matured inning, I would say. That he's it's
Hmm.
not his style, to stay on the crease and play safe shots. But then he did pretty well. So I think that was a key moment. If let's say if he would have gotten out, so I don't think Afghanistan might have done that well. I don't think if they would have
Right.
been lost. So that is what I think about it. And so I would like to know from you as well. I mean, this is one of the key moments that I thought. But what about you? What do you think?
Rashid's innings was very crucial during Afghanistan's batting. Those three sixes that he had were amazing, and they changed the match completely. See, it is his fighting spirit that has been carrying Afghanistan for over the years. Not just Mohammad Nabi, but Rashid Khan has played a very pivotal part. Apart from that, it was the failure of Shakib Al Hasan as well. As a captain, he has failed tremendously in this World Cup. He was a shocker, and one of the major key turning point was the attitude of Bangladesh when they came into bat, and the laziness they showed. Then the casual attitude it was, whatever you call it, be it the politics or whatever it was. It Bangladesh never looked like a team who could have qualified for semi-final, even though they were in this particular game with a chance to qualify, and they had a golden chance. They blew it off, and they are themselves to blame. They've been playing cricket for last almost 25, 30 years now, and this team hasn't progressed at all. And I'm pretty sad that such type of teams are even playing in ICC tournaments because these teams this team over the year hasn't done anything special, or apart from like some or one or two upsets. And I don't think like I mean these people deserve much of our time as well.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So,
Then there was one of the yeah,
so there is one more key point that initially I did not I missed it out. I mean, while giving the respect to Rashid and Raman Gurbaz, but then if you see there was one more player who did his job very well. So in the
right,
Bangladesh's inning, I think in the first two overs the score was about 20 already, and in a match where the target is 115, you cannot be conceding those many runs in the first two overs. So that is when
exactly,
Nabil came in and took the two quick wickets, and which in turn gave them the stability to build their innings slowly. I mean, from bowling perspective, and that is
right,
exactly what he did. And then he came back in the death, and he did his job once again. He took the final wicket as well, and that was a very clever masterpiece. If you have seen the video already by the BJ Babu, so even that was a masterpiece. So yeah, that's it. And apart from that, Afghanistan, we have named already three players, but I think Afghanistan totally as a team, they are rising. They are playing so much,
exactly,
such a good cricket game. I mean, on the other hand, if you see Bangladesh, they have always been playing the negative game. But on the other hand, Afghanistan, they always play the positive cricket, and they try to up their game by the every passing year that we are seeing them play. So,
right,
what are
yeah.
your thoughts on it? I mean, what do you think about it?
See, even in this tournament, they have performed really well overall. If you see, so they dominated New Zealand and they thrashed Uganda by a very big margin. Papua New Guinea and Uganda are very small teams, but if you see the defeat to West Indies and and India brought them on track. And they were up against Australia. They defeated them. They knew what they had to do. And credit must go to Dwayne Bravo and Jonathan Trott for this tremendous uprise of the team. And this uprise has caused a tremendous change in the Afghanistan political view. Cricket has bonded this particular nation. You could see the celebration from Kabul to Kandahar, from streets. Every street was crammed by people. They were celebrating. Now, the celebration had women, had children, and this was evident that the nation is rising. This cricket is the reason why Afghanistan is changing, the culture is changing, and this is so good. Even in the presentation, Rashid Khan mentioned one thing that it is the identity of Afghanistan that we are carrying. It is the legacy that we are carrying, and we want to win it for these people because they've suffered a lot. So whatever they have earned today has earned huge respect, at least of mine, and not just of mine, but there are like plenty of cricketing fans who know how big this victory is for Afghanistan. What do you think?
This type of scenario usually lifts you up. I mean, sport is exactly this is what it is all about. And when you see such crowds, rising to such celebrate a victory, it really feels, makes your heart happy about it. So apart from that, there were certain few memes that I saw, or there were certain interviews that were given. One of them was by the SRH captain, Pat Cummins. Usually, I was backing him for that tournament, but then who would have known that they won't even, qualify for semis? So
Yeah.
that is, yeah. So he has to eat his words now.
See, this it is philosophy of life that it humbles you down. And this is probably what happened with Australia this time. I have huge respect of Cummins, the way he is a as a cricketer, he has evolved. As a leader, he has evolved. And you could see, he has won everything in the last
Exactly.
calendar year. And you could see the entire change of Hyderabad, Hyderabad franchisee, the way he led the entire team. No one knows better than you. You've been an ardent Hyderabad fan, and you know how strong these people were. Mentally, they were very strong, and you could feel the Australian way of cricket being inculcated into Hyderabad franchisee. But then, yeah,
The
being
thing
confident
about
is
his,
one thing, and yeah,
yeah, sorry for interrupting, but the thing about his way of cricket is basically that you could win 7, 8 games in a row with the same mindset, but then one bad decision or one bad pitch, and if it's a knockout game, it will bite you on the bum. So that is how it is. But then kudos to Pat Cummins. I mean, he has never changed his approach about it. I mean, he still goes with the same approach that we'll fight it out, we'll play positive for cricket and everything. So that is how he is, I think. Yeah, but apart from it, that are you ready for the semifinals?
we are ready for the semi-finals. And the best part about it is Australians are also going to be ready from their television sets. They are going to watch England. They are going to watch India play against each other,
Exactly.
and they cannot do anything about it apart from cheering them. And then there's this special match, the chokers versus the uprisers. So you never
Who,
know
I mean,
who is going to
who
qualify
do you
from
side
the.
with? I mean, in India, England, I think what I think. It's obvious that will be deciding with India, but in the game in the semi-final too, that is South Africa versus Afghanistan. What do you say? I mean, who is more likely to win? South Africa has got a complete squad, but then Afghanistan has got immense talent, immense talent. So who do you back?
It's going to be a nail biter for sure because South Africa have been undefeated in this tournament, and they feel, as you rightly said, they're a complete team. And I believe, this particular experience of South Africa is going to be a bit more in comparison to Afghanistan, and this is going to be one of the key factors. While it comes to when it comes to India versus England, so I believe England have an upper hand. They bat deep, they bowl very good, and there is a reason why teams are afraid of England. But at the same time, you got to back your team. India are going to win this World Cup, and that's what I want to see on 29 June. I mean, we have waited for long. We waited for 10 years now, where we have won an ICC tournament. And I believe we can do this. If we cannot do this year, then I don't know when we are going to do it.
We will definitely. And I think anything can happen, but I think India is a better side this time. Apart from one two players
Yeah.
maybe, but then India's bowling attack would be very vital, and it will be a key aspect because I don't think England's bowling is that good. But then on the other hand, England's batter are too good, so it will be a very close clash as well. But then there's this chance of raining that we were talking about.
Oh,
So
yes.
we still have
Yeah.
an upper hand. Yeah, we still have an upper hand over that. So that's it. Yeah.
Range might play an important part. And it was really nice having you. But before we leave, there is one thing I wanted to share. This thing has been revolving around the internet. We are seeing on each and every page what just came up, what we saw this. So I want my viewers to see as well.
This is too funny. I mean, do you think India should do such tactics as well in the next game,
Uh,
just to get the match abandoned?
hopefully, hopefully we won't be requiring this. But then on the lighter note, this was very funny. I just cannot I saw certain tweets of Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Aussies, how they were furious about such type of about this incident. But then when you see Gulbadin Naib, he broke Australia in the last game. He was a game changer. So coming from him, it was funny and it was really nice. I mean, it brought smiles on everyone's face. Everybody was laughing, be it the commentary box, be it the Bangladeshis, be it Afghanistan, even we while watching on TV. We were really smiling, laughing, and it was crazy moment. You don't see that in cricket, but in football we do see. So we are pretty
Yeah.
accustomed to it. But it was really nice. It was funny. It was something different.
And this is basically a
I still
technical
want to know who
mathematical
was.
dunk of cricket.
Yeah, I still want to know who was the physio behind it, who repaired his hamstring in like what 30 minutes? 3 overs, not 30 minutes, 3 overs. So tremendous comeback, Gulbadin night, and
Yeah,
hopefully we are going to have a crazy semi-finals, both the ones, and want India and Afghanistan to qualify. But it's a far-fetched thought. Yeah. Any parting thoughts, Rahul?
I just keep my fingers crossed and pray for India's victory in the next game. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for joining in, Rahul. It was fun having you. The entire game was special. The entire segment was special, and we look forward to having you again. So
Thank you
thank you.
so much, Yash. Yeah. Thank you.